Hello adventurers, and welcome back to my channel. You're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe it. There is a hot spring here in Wyoming that you can not only come up to and see in all its beauty and integrity, but also that you can interact with. So we're about to go on an interesting trip around Thermopolis, Wyoming, and find out what all we can see here at the Hot Springs State Park. Starting off with this guy. What is this? This, in fact, is the teepee fountain. The teepee fountain was built in 1909 to vent steam from the hot mineral water that was piped throughout the entirety of the park. And as time has passed, it has grown into the mass that we see now. It started off just looking like a little teepee with a spout out the top, and now, well, I think you can see it's huge. It's huge. It has multiple colors. It smells a little sulfuric, but it is absolutely awesome. The best part is, you can walk right on up to it and check it out in person. This thing is huge, and you can walk all the way around it using this path, and it is massive. It also, again, like I said, is a little bit stinky and sulfuric, but that's okay because it's well worth it to deal with the little just to see something so incredible. Now, this thing, I'm going to kind of give you some context as to the size of it really quickly. I am 5'7.5", and with the floof, I'm probably like 5'9". This thing is at least 3 of me tall, at least. But that is just the beginning of our journey here. There's a lot more to do, and this park area is gorgeous. They're currently manicuring it, and so you can hear the sounds of them doing so. But inside this park, there are beautiful shade trees, there's walking trails. There's supposed to be a place that you can like soak, and that in itself is epic. I don't know how many times that I've gone to places and been like, ooh, it'd be really cool to get in the water. Apparently you can here. Now, I'm not exactly sure where all this is, so we're hoofing it until we figure it out. But there's also a stand where you can get some food here. Okay, not mad at it. There's also a few other things, and I think that there are some private springs as well. So I'm trying to get myself a little bit closer to where all the magic happens. I think this is where I'm supposed to be going. I'm gonna get some information, and then after I do, then we're gonna see if we can hot spring soak. Yes, this is where I'm supposed to go, I believe, right here. It is open from 8 to 5:30 or 12 to 5:30, depending on what day you're here. Okay, so I got the scoop. Now I gotta go to the van and go get my bathing suit and my swim bag and all that. But long story short, this is how it works. So you are entitled to up to 20 minutes, no more than 20 minutes, but 20 minutes in either an indoor or an outdoor pool. The water is 104 degrees and you get to enjoy yourself. Now, there are a few things. You have to provide an actual swimsuit. It can't be street clothes. Street clothes are not permitted, nor are undergarments, because this is a public space. Let's just keep it classy, guys. Also, you need to bring in some kind of like water shoes of some kind so that you can move around on the outside pavement because it's kind of hot. Now, the other thing that you need to know about coming here, if you have any kind of metal, any kind at all, you have to take it out because it will tarnish because of the minerals in the water. Now, this is mineral rich water that is 104 degrees. So you can only imagine it's about to be on like Donkey Kong. I gotta go get my bag though. There's the van, there's the van. State park is unlike any other state park that I've been to because it's just such an interesting, unique experience. And there are all the private springs around that have like slides and activities and cool stuff like that too. So if you want to spend more than 20 minutes, you can go to one of them and you can spend a lot longer in there, but free 20-minute hot spring? Don't mind if I do. Bag, check. Van locked, check. Walking from the free parking lot back over to the building, check. A glorious way to spend a day here in Thermopolis, checking out the hot springs. Now, along the way, again, there's those other couple of hot springs. Sometimes they have music in the park. Sometimes they have other things. There's tons of space here. And even though this area right here is day use only, this is perfect for van life because you can either park in the sun to get full sun on your solar, or you can park in the shade because there's huge trees here. guys, I'm gonna go get inside. It's gonna be fabulous. I am so excited. I'm not gonna show that though. There's other people out here. I filmed while they weren't in there just so you could see what it looks like, but yeah, no. Okay guys, I feel so much better. Definitely takes away all your aches and pains. Just soaking away. And honestly, 20 minutes is a good amount of time in there because it's pretty warm. But there's one more thing that I want to show you here at the state park, and there's a boardwalk that you can walk over to see where the hot springs actually are. It takes you around a little trail and then to the source. I don't know if we'll make it all the way over to the source where it bubbles out, but we're definitely gonna see this boardwalk. This thing is incredible. This is incredible. A soak first and then a walk along the springs, the very springs that bring you that soak. It's just so phenomenal. And this is one of the only places that I have seen that you can do this activity. And this is so neat. Thermopolis, Wyoming, guys. Thermopolis, Wyoming. I'm just gonna show you some more scenes of this amazing boardwalk as we kind of pass down. There are a couple of routes to go, and everything about this is just incredible because you're getting to see how nature really acts in these situations. There are terraces here that just kind of descend down, and as the water flows, it leaves these deposit of all these minerals. And the minerals that you see, you'll see like dry areas, and then you'll see like super, super wet areas. The dry areas no longer have anything flowing over them. So I asked, will they ever have anything flowing over them? And they said yes. Sometimes the pressure changes, and whenever it does, it reinvigorates those sections also. Sometimes the minerals seal up the little like areas that it goes through also. So it's fascinating, and it's just such a unique place to come. This is the best way to spend a day here in Wyoming, just enjoying a city to the fullest, to the fullest. We get further down the boardwalk, we learn a little bit more about why it looks so different in some areas, and we learn that the reds, oranges, yellows, and greens that paint the hot spring pools and streams are actually microscopic life forms or microbes, including algae, that thrive in these warm temperatures. And you can see here that there's a variety of different colors, and as the water flows away from the big spring, it starts to cool, and so that changes up the kind of species that you might find. I thought it was mineral deposits, but in fact it's different kinds of species, which is really, really neat. So yeah, it also explains why some of the birds are kind of flocking to this area, because there are these little microbes and they like to try to harvest things out of them. So that's kind of cool too. But I'm almost to the most interesting bridge I've seen in a while. This is the bridge in question. Locals call it the swinging bridge, and we're about to find out why. But this was a connector point from this side to this side where they could access the Pleasant View Sanitarium, which was constructed in 1890s approximately, and it was followed by a hospital that was constructed in 1917. And they have some tubs that were made from travertine rims, and they can still be found in the former destination, which is pretty neat. The original bridge was constructed in 1901, but in the 80s it was deemed unsafe, so they had to redo it. So we are walking on the upgraded version of this bridge. an incredible place. It is so incredible here. Like you can see where all of it runs off. And then also where the bridge is just over here. And everything on the top that you see is really cool. But once you get out and you can see the bigger picture of how it flows into the main source of water here. And there's people swimming down at the bottom and putting in kayaks and all sorts of amazing things. It's beautiful and incredible. This is one of the neatest suggestions I've ever had made to me. And so I am just soaking it all in. I think this guy up here is actually fishing off the bridge, which is interesting. Okay, back over this thing I go. It is a little bit bumpy as you go, so holding on is smart. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I think you can see as we walk down this trail just once again, that this is one of the more interesting places that you can go, and everything that we've done today has been absolutely free. Hey guys, that's gonna do it for us here at the Hot Springs State Park in Wyoming. This was a beautiful trip to Thermopolis. I definitely encourage you guys to get out here and check this out. Again, absolutely free, totally worth it, and oh my goodness, you won't regret it. Till next time, remember we're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time. Bye!